Hey, hello. So, we all will die one day. Let's be honest, it's a great cold open. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We all will die one day, you know? It's not anything big or small. It's in the middle. It's not to say it's normal. I mean, it is normal to die. But the truth is that we will all die one day. And if you might say, oh, well, if we'll all die one day, is everything pointless? Well, no, everything's not pointless. Depends on what you give meaning to, you know? That's what matters the most. But to say that we'll all die one day, I want you to imagine yourself with all the people around the world who's telling you that you can't do this, that you suck at this, that this and that happens, and blah, 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 and whatnot. We have yet to be in the ground. You know, not everyone lives in there forever, having immortality and all that stuff, right? So why are you giving yourself the space for them to live in your mind? People who don't believe you, the disbelievers, the underachievers, you know? Those kinds of people, and that's a Drake reference if you don't know, and those kinds of people, they don't deserve a piece of your mind. You know, they don't deserve anything at all that comes from you. If they're gonna say bad things about you that's gonna hurt your feelings, you don't have to care because, well, why should you care about them, you know? If you're not really hurting them or they're not really hurting you physically in ways, let's all just mind our own business. And if they're not gonna mind their own business, you can mind your own business and do your own thing and don't let them stop you, because it's really hard to untrain yourself to stop listening to those people's opinions, to stop listening to their facts, to, if you were a people pleaser, to stop being a people pleaser, you know? It's really hard to stop yourself from doing these kinds of things. It feels like it's a part of you that you don't really like. And that part of you that is in there, you can change that for those people who are people pleasers like me. You can change that, you know, all the tail wagging and all the people pleasing and trying to make them feel pleased and satisfied and happy. We all don't need to do that. We're all gonna die one day. There's no big deal. There's no small deal. It depends on what you care about. It's your life, right? It's not to say that, oh, you know, we'll all die one day, so everything's meaningless. Whatever you give meaning to matters more than anything else, because it's part of you. It's part of you. It's your life, right? You only have one life. You can only live once in your life. So if you're gonna pursue your passions, if you're gonna do what you love, do it. Do it and make it happen, because if you don't do that, you'll never be able to do it again. Right? Because you're going to be regretting it, and then you're going to have, you know, all these sorts of problems later on, this and that. You're not going to have fun. It's not going to be fun for you. And that's the thing that matters most. You know? When these kinds of things happen in life, you gotta really ask yourself, all these people will die one day, someday, any day. But don't let that stop you from being the person that you want to be. Don't let that stop you from being you, the you that you love to be, the you that you want to be, the you that you look up to, because everything in life is practically meaningless and meaningful as well. You know, life can be whatever you want it to be. It certainly can. But when I say this, obviously you have to find your way. I'm a person yet to die just as much as you are a person yet to die. You can, you know, hear me out and, you know, seek truth in my words, or you can look at me and go, oh, this guy's spouting total bullshit. You can't do that too, you know, to each his own. And the beauty with it is that you get to choose what you want to listen to, what you don't want to listen to. You get to choose on all these kinds of things. It's not to say that you'll never, ever, become that way, or you'll never, ever do the thing that you really, really love and want to do. It's just that when you have a chance, when you really do like something, take it, do it, experiment on it. Don't let other people stop you from being the person that you want to be. Don't let them stop you from, it's really achieving it. Because if someone says, oh, you can't do that, have you really tried? They've tried, and they tried, and they couldn't do it. But you didn't try, right? And if you tried and you fail, try again, right? As Kanye once said, Kanye's mom once said, trying means failing. Trying is failing. You got to fail. Sometimes it's just the way it is that you got to fail. You can't just do that thing, you know, and imagine yourself succeeding every single time. You've got to fail, and it's okay failing. And there's no problem in failing, right? Because it proves that you're trying. It proves that you're doing something instead of just letting someone else dictate what's good for you, what's bad for you, all this and all that, you know. It's part of life, and life itself, right? Everyone has yet to die. No one is like, oh, I've lived twice, and now I know the truths about the world and everything else that stands within it, so I know the truth and I'm better that way. It's not any of that. Come on, I'm gonna get this guy. Yeah, nice. Nice. Oh. I'm gonna flash out of here. I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna run because she has insane crit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back. Alright, we're chilling. Ooh. It's a lot of damage. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go back. Well, Felix is there though. I'm gonna stay here and wait. Don't go in yet. Let him come here. Oh, he's gonna run away, pussy. No, he's not. No, he's not. Come on. You want it. I know you do. Try me. Come on, come here.
Betrayal never comes from your
such a pussy. Oh, nope. Sat's coming in. Don't worry, I got this. You're gonna run away with this? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. Anyway, you know, have fun. Do the things that matter to you in life, you know. Don't let other people dictate what you can and can't do. Life is life, you know. And if people are gonna say, well, what about, you know, one of the most evil people in the world? Do they get to say that life is life too? Don't excuse yourself as well, you know. And speaking of excuse, don't abandon yourself. You don't abandon yourself, but at the same time, you don't excuse yourself. If you did something wrong, don't excuse yourself, but never abandon yourself. You know, the thing that is really common with a lot of people these days, especially people pleasers, is that when someone says, oh, they're bad, they're terrible, you know, they suck, you know, in contempt, anger, sadness, you know, disgust, whatever, they start to become like, they start to abandon themselves, you know, they don't really help themselves in ways that they should. You know, they start to talk down on themselves, they start to abandon themselves in ways that really doesn't benefit them at all. And that's what you should not do. What I know is that you shouldn't abandon yourself, no matter what. No matter the cause, you should not abandon yourself. But you shouldn't excuse yourself anyway. If you did something wrong, right, stand in the wrongness of what you did. But don't abandon yourself and say that, oh, you're terrible and you're this and that and this will never happen and all this and that, blah blah blah. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight. We're just I want to kill. I'm here to kill. Ouch, that hurts. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. That's okay. Put that there. I'm just gonna burn them a little bit there. It's alright. I'm gonna try and come in with this. Okay. I got the burns on him. Let's see what we can do here. All pretty low. Let's lock in with this. Nice. Alright, pretty good. We're stuck with this. They got it. I believe in them. I've got passive heals, I think. Strike one with that one. I got some heals back here. The little guy's gonna try and help me. Hopefully he doesn't die in the process. There's one more left. They're gonna respawn pretty soon, and this time I don't have... Oh, it's been 5 seconds. I've got it. It's cool. I'm not even gonna waste this. I got it. Nice. All right. Not too bad. Oh, I'm gonna get this. I'm sure I can run away when I need to. I missed that. That's okay. All right. You see, I'm not playing this game because I'm better, because, you know, I'm at the top ranks and, you know, it's kind of cool and I can make content. I'm not really doing this for content. For me, it's just to fill my entire channel. It's just me yapping from what I found in life. and what works for me. It might not work for everybody. We know what works for me, but it's to each his own, and another man's trash is one man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've got the life goal, life winning treasure or anything. I definitely don't. But I'll do say I know what helps me in my life, in this life, the life that I'm living right now, and it's certainly not other people going, oh, you'll never succeed, you'll always be terrible, this and that, blah blah blah. It doesn't help me, because all these, right? What is to say that it's helping me? Come on. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that. I'm gonna go down here, help this bot lane if I can. Come on, survive, 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 survive. Come on. Oh man. Unfortunate. I'll leave the wyvern alone for a bit. Let's try this. Ah! Okay. Doesn't do enough damage, but that's alright. Alright, I'm gonna put one ward over here. I don't think they're gonna fight. Nope, they're not. Okay, nice. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Mistakes shape us.
I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna get this one. They might have a ward already, but I don't care. Oracle. Alright. So, you know, sometimes you'll lose in life and you won't feel good. And the choice is to not feel good in life. I don't know who told us that we're supposed to feel great and we're supposed to feel like we're the most amazing people on this earth, so that we can feel the best possible person and be the best possible person. I don't know who told us this, but we're not supposed to feel that way at all. You know, we're not supposed to feel that way. It's not right. In fact, it should not be that way. It should be ups and downs. You're not gonna feel good most of the time. That's how it is. It's not to say, oh, we'll be the best and we'll feel the greatest, and if we don't feel that way, it's not genuine. No, it is. When you feel like shit, when you feel ugly, when you don't feel like you're measuring up to something, it's not to say that you're broken. It's just, it's life. And you can't really argue with life. Life isn't gonna be all rainbows and sunshines and happy. Sometimes people get on your nerves. Sometimes you tend to think one way or another, and it makes you sad, pisses you off. There's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of things. That's how it is, you know? But you can't fault yourself on it. You can't tell yourself that, you know, everything is just meaningless and or nothing just because you yourself are not happy. You can't abandon yourself. The moment that you do, you'll never change. Because if you abandon yourself, think about it, right? If you abandon yourself, who's there for you if not you? If you abandon yourself and no one is there for you, who's gonna be there for you? If you're expecting people to be on your side so you can be on your side, you're a fake to yourself. You are a fake person to yourself. That's right. Because if you're not gonna stand by your own side, no matter what, right? And you're not gonna, you know, don't excuse yourself, but at least stand by your side even when you're in the wrong. And if you can't do that for yourself, you're a fake because you want others to help you, to say that you're good and then only you like yourself. No. Nuh-uh. That's a fake. Alright, that ain't a person that deserves anything that he wants. You know why? Because you're a fake to yourself. You are those kinds of people that tell yourselves, that tell your friends, oh, I'll be your friend. The moment the friend loses all the fame or anything else, that's when it happens. That's when the friend leaves and everything else goes to shit. That friend is fake, and you're being a fake friend to yourself by not doing the things that you need to do, by not standing by your side when you need to stand by that side. You know, you're not doing any of those things. That's why it's very important to stand by your side. Even when you mess up, even when you made a mistake, even an embarrassing, shameful, contempting, angry mistake, any form of mistake, you gotta stand by yourself, right? You can't abandon yourself. But you can't just... Ah, I went back. But you guys... Ah, it's fine. But you can't abandon yourself. But you can't excuse yourself either. You don't abandon yourself, but you don't excuse yourself. That's the most important thing for a person to really live in their own skin. You don't abandon yourself. Abandonment doesn't get you anywhere, but you don't excuse yourself. Because if you do something wrong, you gotta own up to it, you know? Alright. I was pressing 2. It's unfortunate. Come on. Yay! Put that to him. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go and get... no one seems to be fighting here. Alright. Can we break this guy down? Nice waste of your ult, buddy. Ooh. Let's do this. Me and you. Always me and you. But you can't abandon yourself. You gotta live, you know. Don't really like have ulterior motives or whatever. It's gonna make things worse the moment that you expect more out of something else. So you gotta really you gotta be there. That's the most important thing. Is you gotta be there for yourself. Huh? Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, we gotta go back. Ah! It's a tough battle. It's a tough battle. I don't got no mana. Got him. Come on. Nice. Alright. Not too bad, but I gotta go back because I don't have any more mana. Ooh. But you see, these things happen, right? And, you know, who knows? I could be losing. I could be dominating them, winning in this game. But a game is a game. And you can't really learn anything if you don't lose, right? If you always win and you don't lose, you never gain experience on how to play against people who are winning against you. And when you don't know that, yeah, it's a lot harder to do whatever you want to do. It's a lot harder to do any of those things. Oh, shit. I'm gonna run away with that. Ooh.
We are all bound.
Well, I'm gonna try and get the Drake here. I don't know if I can, but then they're coming in my way, so I'm not gonna risk it. Aatrox is healed. I'm gonna try and get this guy, but then he might have a ward. That's he does. Oh, nope. Hey, listen, buddy. Listen. Ooh, it's gonna be a tough battle with this. Aatrox is there. Okay, I'm gonna get this. So, you know, have fun, live, or whatever, and do the things that you need to do. Do the things that you want to do. All of these matters for a reason, right? Oh, look at that. I did it too early! That's okay. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that guy was almost dead there. That's unfortunate. Did I get this? No. So, you know, let yourself live. Let yourself fail. And if people say, oh, it's embarrassing, or it feels embarrassing, why does it feel embarrassing? Why does people expect you to win? Why does your mind, right, in its ways to protect you, convince you that you have to win, convince you that you have to be the best person that you need to be? Otherwise, you don't deserve to do this. Otherwise, you don't deserve to do that. In truth, we're all starting new. We're all starting anew. We all are inexperienced when we first came out of our mother's womb. It's not gonna be perfect. Nothing is. And that's how these things happen. That's how these things are. Right? But we can't really complain and say, oh, you know, we'll never be the greatest person. You never tried to be the greatest person. You never tried to be the best person that you tried to be. Really explain to yourself and tell yourself that you'll never be that kind of person, you know? Oh my god, I'm lagging. And I stunned him. I stunned the wrong person. I'm dead. Oh, but they're getting it? Maybe? Nice. Come on, one more hit. Oh. Let yourself live. All this stigma with being stuck here or being all or nothing. This mindset of all or nothing doesn't make people grow. In fact, it makes people just become weaker and weaker because you're all like, oh, we gotta be perfect. We can't start now, or this and that happens. Doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make anyone better. In fact, it makes people worse because you're not starting at all. You don't have the experience, you know. And if you think that, oh, the embarrassment is too much, so I'm not gonna even start, then you'll never learn. You'll learn when you're like, I don't know, 40 or 50, when you really are old and frail, and you're like, oh, now the embarrassment's gone, so now I can learn. Don't be a coward. Do the things that matter to you. You know, erase the people in your mind and just be the person that you are. Be the person that you know you can be. That's the person that is all the more important than anything else. Than listening to the voices in your head telling you that you can or can't do this and that happens. Because the moment that you abandon yourself, then you'll never be you. That's the worst part of it all. Ooh, I got ulted, it's okay. Ow, that hurts. That's a lot. Let me stun! I couldn't get my Q off. That's okay. So, you know, let yourself be. Let yourself do the things that you need to do. And if you ask me, do I believe in what I say? Not all the time. No, I'm human. I'm not gonna say that, oh, don't abandon yourself, you know, but don't excuse yourself, and I'm gonna use it all the damn time. I'm trying, right? I'm trying to apply this all the damn time. I'm trying to make this my principle. But I'm human. And if you have done your research on human brains, the human brain doesn't care about good or bad. It just cares about the repetition of what you've done. That's all it cares about. So I'm trying to make this a principle of my life. And that means repeating it over and over again until I get it, until my brain goes, that's the truth. That's all but the truth. And we're gonna stick to the truth. Because that's what it is. You can't really change all kinds of things if you don't really repeat over and over again, you know? And is repetition boring? Can you make repetition fun at all? Yes, you can. You definitely can. Repetition can be one of the most fun things if you know how to put a spark to your life. And everything that you can expect, oh, you know, how do you do that? You gotta stop finding, or you gotta stop looking for answers in a way that doesn't really help you. And you gotta start using your own hands and your own mind to find your own answers. It's not, oh, well, how do you do that? Stop asking these kinds of questions. You're just looking for answers in a short way. You gotta find them yourself. That's the whole part of these kinds of truths, you know? And, you know, this thing in general, you can either listen to it, you know, it applies to you, or it doesn't, depends on where you are in life and this and that. But you are a person of being, right? You can choose what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you wish to do, what you don't wish to do. You have a choice. But you can't really let other people dictate what you can and can't do, because then nothing happens. Then you won't be, you know? Ouch. Then you won't be. The moment that you let others dictate you on what you can or can't do, it's just becomes everything that you don't ever want to do. Because these people in life who brag or this and that. Okay, yep, alright. Because these people who say that you can't do this and try to bring you down and try to say, oh, you'll be nothing, you'll forever this and that, all those negative comments that you used to hear and will keep hearing in your life as you grow up, as you move on, as you change, as you evolve, as you transform, all of these things are there and will forever be there, right? These people will exist. Is it unfortunate? No, it gives a different perspective. You can understand why. If you don't want to understand why, you can certainly just be. And being is one of the hardest things, because the moment that you try and find validation, the moment that you try and find the right option, you're still looking for validation. You're not changing, not being you. You're not doing things that you know you can do. And that's something that holds us all back. Because when you're looking at life and you're letting others dictate what you can and can't do in life, people say, oh, you're shit, you'll never become this. Well, you can either use the fuck you energy, or you can just ignore them and do it anyway, because it's your experience. You say, oh, well, why do you do this? This fails. I told you already. Well, I wanted to experience it myself. And someone else can say, well, why are you wasting energy? I don't look at it like I'm wasting energy. I look at it like I'm gaining experience, seeing it with my own eyes. Not that I don't trust you, but it's my life too, and I don't want to just sit here and be like, oh, it fails, okay. You know, also, I'll never see it with my own eyes. I'll never see what I can and can't do, you know? You gotta look at it with your own eyes sometimes, and not just listen to other people saying, oh, why do you do this? This doesn't work. You're not being optimal. Life isn't about being optimal. I mean, you can make life about being optimal. The meaning of life is whatever meaning you give it. That's the meaning of life. It's subjective, much like your opinions, much like facts, you know? And what I say by even objective facts are subjective. When you don't have enough information. When you don't have enough information. When you do have enough information, like walking is walking, yeah, that's pretty objective. But like subjective as in, you know, subjective as in, what do I say? Pluto, for example. Pluto was a planet. It was objective at one time. And now it's not really objective. It becomes subjective. So Pluto is not a planet? Are you kidding me? This is the thing. This is the thing with people, right? Until you find enough information, you won't ever know if it becomes objective or subjective. And most of life is just subjective anyway. So do what you want, you know, experience it your way. Experience it just because someone says, oh, you can't do it. See it with your own eyes. See if anything changes. If maybe this and that happens, and you can see if it changes. But also, don't excuse yourself when you're not really... When you're in the wrong, don't excuse yourself and say that, you know, oh, well, this and that. Well, fuck you. Fuck everyone. Sometimes people are trying to help you. Sometimes. You don't know who. Ah, not me. Just do the things that you need to do. I'm still being targeted. You know? So just be and live. Do all that you can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good day.